Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai. His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj ki jai. His Grace Rupalas Prabhu ji ki jai. Samasta Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Hari Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna, everybody. Danvat Pranam to all. I would like to start today with a small word of thank you to Kaustubh Krishna Prabhuji and Kalindi Mahishi Mataji for having started this beautiful get-togethers bi-weekly, which is so amazing for people like me staying far away. I get a little more devotee association and some wisdom, hopefully. Hare Krishna.
You are welcome.
Thank you, Prabhuji. So today we'll start by reading the Gita Wisdom Tales. This is a book published by Gauranga Darshan Das, His Grace Gauranga Darshan Das, and he has given this Gita Wisdom Tales with five topics. They are inspiring stories explaining key shlokas of the Bhagavad Gita. So we'll start with the Gnana shlokas. I'll read the author's note today since we are just starting these readings so that we just get an idea of why he came about with this book. Among all the scriptures, the Bhagavad Gita holds a special significance since they are the words of Lord Krishna. Krishna voiced the Gita on the battlefield of Kurukshetra to motivate his dear friend and devotee Arjuna. The Gita presents amazing truths of life and deep wisdom. However, it is not a storybook. While sharing the Bhagavad Gita, especially with children, I found the concepts of the Gita sinking in better among children when presented with suitable stories. I have therefore attempted to incorporate them in the series Gita Wisdom Tales. The intriguing anecdotes and examples infused in the book richen its flavor and open up a totally new dimension of the Gita for children and adults alike. These stories have been carefully selected from various scriptures, including the Srimad Bhagavatam, the Ramayana, the Mahabharata, the Puranas, biographies of great people, and even some traditional folklore to highlight the import of 50 Bhagavad Gita shlokas presented in 5 volumes. Relayed in a simple language, the Gita wisdom will surely find its way into little hearts and hearts that live young. Gauranga Darshan Das. Introduction. The story of the Bhagavad Gita. Dear children, do you know what the words of Bhagavad Gita mean? Bhagwan means God. Gita means a song. Therefore, Bhagavad Gita means the song that God has sung. Read on to know when, where, and why did God sing this divine song. Pandu and Dhritarashtra were princes of the great empire of Hastinapur. Dhritarashtra was Pandu's elder brother. Since Dhritarashtra was blind, Pandu became the king. Pandu had 5 noble sons named Yudhishthira, Bhima, Arjuna, Nakula, and Sahadeva, together who were known as the Pandavas. Dhritarashtra had 100 sons, the eldest of them being the wicked Duryodhana. Duryodhana hated the Pandavas and tried to trouble them and killed them multiple times. He set their home on fire. He took away their kingdom by cheating in a dice game and sent them on exile for 13 years. Even after the Pandavas completed their period of exile, Duryodhana didn't return their kingdom. So, war between them became unavoidable. Finally, the armies of Yudhishthira and Duryodhana met on the battlefield at a holy place called Kurukshetra. Lord Krishna, the dearest friend and guide of the Pandavas, chose to drive the chariot of Arjuna during the battle. The war was about to begin. Arjuna took up his bow but couldn't shoot arrows towards his enemies. He thought, how can I kill my own relatives and friends? He softened towards his cousins and other family members whom he respected. He was confused whether he should fight or simply should give up. He gave several reasons to Krishna why he could not fight. Seeing his dear friend Arjuna immersed in deep confusion, Krishna tried motivating him. To clear the confusions in Arjuna's mind, Lord Krishna voiced the Bhagavad Gita. Sometimes we also get confused in our lives while performing our duties. The Gita takes us on a journey from confusion to clarity. Although the Gita was narrated in the context of war, there was hardly any discussion about war in the Gita. The Gita presents several lessons on how to lead a meaningful life. Through Arjuna, Lord Krishna passed on his divine teachings to humankind. So let us read the beautiful Bhagavad Gita, God's message to all of us. This book presents some key shlokas explained with suitable stories. Hope these wisdom tales will inspire you to read the entire Gita when you are older. Starting with the first chapter, the greatest person. Bhagavad Gita, shloka 7.7. Mattaha parataram nanyat kinchid asti dhananjaya mai sarvam idam protam sutre mani gana iva. Have you ever seen a beautiful pearl necklace? What do you like best in it? The shape of the pearls, the color of the pearls, the golden pendant, or the exquisite design? Well, the pearls and pendants are all very pretty in their own way. But have you ever thought about what holds them together? It's the invisible string inside the pearls. Similarly, God is the one who maintains everything and everyone within the universe. Nobody is equal to or superior to him. In this shloka, Lord Krishna himself reveals, O Arjuna, there is no one superior to me. Everything rests upon me as pearls are strung on a thread. The Lord is the source of the entire universe. With our material eyes, we cannot see his divine form, but we can surely feel his presence by sincerely performing bhakti. Gradually, we can see him when we are purified of all bad qualities. Here are a few stories of great devotees who witnessed Krishna's potency as the Supreme Lord. The universe in Krishna's mouth. One day, little Krishna was playing with his friends and brother Balram in Vrindavan while Mother Yashoda was busy performing her household chores. Suddenly, Balaram and Krishna's playmates ran to Mother Yashoda and began complaining. Oh, Mother, Krishna has eaten mud. Mother Yashoda became worried. She caught hold of Krishna and asked him, Why have you eaten mud? Just see, all your friends are complaining. Even Balram says so. Krishna became afraid and replied, Mother, I never ate mud. All their complaints are simply false. My elder brother Balram, while playing, became angry with me and joined the other boys. So they are all siding against me. If you do not believe me, then look into my mouth and check whether I have eaten mud or not. Mother Yashoda replied, All right, then open your mouth wide. I shall see. Krishna then opened his little mouth just like an ordinary boy. However, as soon as Mother Yashoda looked into his mouth, she was stunned and bewildered. Within her son's little mouth, she saw the entire creation, the outer space, planets, sun, moon, stars, mountains, islands, oceans, rivers, the devas, all species of living beings, and so on. She even saw their cowherd village of Vrindavan along with herself and her son within Krishna's mouth. Thus, seeing the entire universe in her child's mouth, Mother Yashoda became astonished and scared. She thought, Is this a dream? Or is it really true? Am I under some illusion? Or have I gone mad? Is my child so powerful? Or he has been inflicted with some disease? As Mother Yashoda thought thus, the all-powerful Lord Krishna, acting as a child in Vrindavan, began thinking as well, if my mother thinks that I am God, who will cuddle me and look after me? I enjoy her scolding, feeding, and other activities driven by pure motherly affection. By the desire of the Lord, there was an immediate transformation in Mother Yashoda as she forgot everything she had just seen. Once again, she took Krishna on her lap and smothered him with motherly love, with no recollection of the divine vision she had seen in little Krishna's mouth. Krishna, though the supreme creator, enjoys being a child of his dear devotee. The second story. Arjuna sees Krishna's Vishwarupa. While singing the Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna, Lord Krishna said, I am the source of the entire universe. Everything emanates from me and is dependent on me. Knowing this, my devotees serve me with full dedication. Arjuna asked, My dear Krishna, you are the supreme God. Please explain to me your divine power. Krishna replied, O Arjuna, I am the super soul, Paramatma, in the heart of all living beings. I am the beginning, the middle, and the end of everything. I am the sun among the luminaries. I am the moon among the stars. I am Indra among the devas. I am the mind among the senses. I am the Meru among the mountains. I am the ocean among the water bodies. I am the banyan tree among the trees. I am the Ananta among many hooded snakes. I am the Ganga among rivers. In this way, there is no end to my grandeur. What I have spoken to you is a mere indication of my infinite power. Anything beautiful, powerful, and majestic in this world is just a small fragment of my power. I am everywhere in the universe and support it with my divine energy. Krishna continued, O Arjuna, I grant you divine vision to witness my Vishwarupa, in which everything in the entire universe is visible at one place. Arjuna then saw unlimited Krishnas shining brighter than 1,000 suns. He could see the sages, devas, humans, animals, birds, and all species of life. He bowed before Krishna and said, O Lord, I see in your body Brahma, Shiva, the sages, divine serpents, and all living beings. I see no end, no middle, no beginning of this form. You are touching the sky with many radiant colors, huge mouths, and glowing eyes. I see that all sons of Dhritarashtra, Bhishma, Drona, Karna, and other chief warriors are rushing into your blazing mouths like moths entering fire to meet their death. I treated you like my friend, not knowing your glory. I am fearful upon seeing your Vishwarupa. Kindly withdraw this form and show me your pleasant four-handed form as Vishnu. Krishna then revealed his four-armed form as Vishnu and later his two-handed form as Lord Krishna. Arjuna then regained his composure and prepared to fight. Krishna is omnipresent and everything in the universe stems from him. Lord Krishna is the source of everything in the universe, as he showed to Mother Yashoda and Arjuna, but he also enjoys friendly exchanges with his devotees. He is a combination of supreme greatness and supreme sweetness. Hare Krishna. We'll go to the second shloka. When does God appear? Bhagavad Gita, Shloka 4.7. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanirбhavati bharata apyutthanam tadatmanam srujamyaham. The Lord comes to this world from his spiritual abode out of kindness and compassion for the people suffering here. But when does he exactly descend? Lord Krishna reveals, whenever there is a decline in righteousness, dharma, and whenever there is an increase in unrighteousness, adharma, I come to the earth in some form to reverse the situation. Dharma or righteousness stands on four pillars, namely truthfulness, satyam, cleanliness, saucham, kindness, daya, and austerity, tapa. And adharma or unrighteousness flourish due to the negative qualities like envy, pride, anger, greed, and so on. So, whenever people on earth take to adharma and neglect dharma, the Lord comes to earth in a befitting form to teach and establish dharma. Bhumi Devi's distress. Once the goddess of earth, Bhumi Devi was in deep distress. The kings ruling the earth at that time were demoniac, cruel, and mean. Their gigantic armies troubled innocent people. As a result of such adharma, Mother Earth was overburdened. Unable to tolerate this, Bhumi Devi went to Lord Brahma with tears in her eyes. She took the form of a cow and told Brahma about her distress due to the demoniac kings. Seeing her weeping helplessly, Brahma became compassionate. He at once took her to the Kshir Sagar, or the ocean of milk, where Lord Vishnu resides. Lord Brahma also took several devas like Shiva and Indra with him. Together, they arrived at the shore of the ocean of milk, which was located on the planet called Shvetadvipa. Then all of them began offering prayers to please Lord Vishnu. They also recited the Purusha Sukta. Still, they did not receive any response from Lord Vishnu. Brahma then started meditating on the Lord, who in reply transmitted a message to Brahma from within his heart. Even at the beginning of creation, Lord Vishnu had taught all the Vedas to Brahma from within Brahma's heart. Having thus received the message, Brahma then announced to all present there, the Supreme Lord Krishna will very soon appear on earth in the Yadu dynasty. He will destroy adharma by punishing the demons and will protect dharma by protecting the righteous devotees. All of you devas and your wives also should appear on the earth in different dynasties to assist Lord Krishna in his message. Lord Krishna would personally appear as the son of Vasudeva. Lord Ananta, Balaram, an expansion of Lord Krishna, would also appear as his elder brother. After informing all the devas and consoling Bhumi Devi with sweet words, Lord Brahma returned to his planet Brahmaloka. Soon after, Lord Krishna appeared on the earth and destroyed Adharma by killing many demons like Putna, Vatsasur, Agasur, Vyomasura, Arishtasura, Narakasura, and so on. Thus, he relieved Bhumi from her distress and established Dharma on this planet. He also delivered wonderful teachings in the form of the Bhagavad Gita. The Lord appears to relieve his devotees from distress. Lord Varaha kills Hiranyakashipu. Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu were two cruel demons, the sons of sage Kashyapa. Owing to severe austerities, Hiranyaksha received boons from Lord Brahma and became very strong. Desperate to fight, he started searching all over the universe for a combatant of equal caliber. Seeing his temper and power, even the devas in heaven got frightened and fled. After terrorizing the devas, Hiranyaksha dived deep into an ocean. Striking the waves of the ocean with his powerful mace, he scared away all the creatures of the sea. Seeing the Lord of the waters, Varuna, Hiranyaksha fell at his feet and sarcastically said, "O great warrior, please agree to battle with me." Observing his false humility, Varuna replied, "O great warrior, I have become old now, and I can't match your strength. Only Lord Vishnu can satisfy your wish to fight. Only he can slash all your pride and make you lie low on the battlefield to be devoured by dogs. He mercifully appears in several incarnations to punish wicked men like you and establish dharma." Hiranyaksha then went out in search of Lord Vishnu. On the way, he met Narad Muni and asked, "Do you know where Lord Vishnu resides?" Narada replied, "You can go to Garbhodaksha ocean. There you will find Lord Vishnu elegantly seated on a snake bed. Hiranyaksha angrily marched to the Garbhodaka ocean. On reaching, he saw a great boar bearing the earth on his tusks. Hiranyaksha laughed and said, "O beast, this earth is ours. You cannot take it as long as I am here. Fight me if at all you have any courage. Today I will kill you." So saying, Hiranyaksha began to chase Lord Varaha. The goddess of earth, Bhumi Devi, who was on the tusks of Varaha, became scared. Lord Varaha then placed Bhumi Devi on the surface of the water and gave her the ability to float. All the devas assembled around, anxiously waiting to see what would follow. Lord Varaha angrily replied, "Oh demon, as you said, we are denizens of the jungle searching for dogs like you. Certainly I will stay here as you have asked. I will not leave before I display my power. Give up your foolish talk and prepare to fight." Being thus challenged, Hiranyaksha became as angry as a lion. He quickly sprung upon the Lord and gave him a blow with his powerful mace. Hiranyaksha hissed like a snake and bit his lips. The Lord effortlessly knocked his mace down. The Lord then challenged Hiranyaksha. "Take up your weapon once again and try conquering me." Hiranyaksha then invoked the deadly trident and hurled it at the Lord. The Lord cut it to pieces with his Sudarshan chakra. Hiranyaksha then created several demonic illusions like fierce winds and clouds accompanied by lightning and thunder. He created a mystic mountain that rained pus, blood, stool, urine, bones. Different Rakshasas started emerging and began voicing violent slogans. But Lord Varaha effortlessly destroyed all the illusions with his Sudarshan chakra. Frustrated, Hiranyaksha started to strike the Lord's chest with his hard fists. The Lord then slapped him at the root of his ear, and Hiranyaksha's eyeballs bulged out. His arms and legs were broken, his head ripped off, and he fell down like an uprooted tree. Seeing the demon's dead body, Brahma admired the Lord and offered prayers. Bhumi Devi on Lord Varaha's tusks appeared like a lotus flower being held by an elephant with its trunk. In this way, the Lord protected Mother Earth from demons like Hiranyaksha. The Lord punishes the Lord punishes demoniac people who possess qualities like anger, pride, and greed. When Bhumi Devi was distressed due to demoniac rulers like Hiranyaksha, the Lord himself appeared in the form of Krishna and Lord Varaha to relieve her of her distress. If we cultivate the qualities that foster dharma within ourselves, the Lord will respond to our calls and vanquish our difficulties. Hare Krishna. We'll go to shloka number 3. When does God appear? Bhagavad Gita, Shloka 4.8. Paritrāṇāya sadhunām vināṣāya ca duṣkritāṃ dharma sansthapanārthāya sambhavami yuge yuge. Now we know when Krishna appears, but wouldn't it be great to know why he appears? In this shloka, Krishna describes why he comes to earth in different forms at different times. He says, "I appear on this planet in every yuga for 3 reasons. Firstly, to protect the righteous. Secondly, to punish the wicked. And thirdly, to establish dharma." But how can the Lord protect some people and punish others? He is the Father of everyone and must be equal to all, isn't it? Yes, Krishna, being the Supreme Father, considers everyone as equal, but only some of his children obey him, while others act against him. So the Lord treats them as per their actions. Krishna primarily comes to this world to protect his devotees. Punishing the demons is a secondary reason. Let's see how the Lord protected some of his greatest devotees from some of the greatest demons. So we'll start with the first story here. Krishna kills Kamsa and protects his parents. Once in Mathura, King Kamsa had arranged for a grand wrestling festival. Desiring to kill Krishna, he invited him to Mathura on the pretext of the festival. The city dwellers and visitors from nearby places sat in the galleries while Kamsa took his seat on the royal dais. At the entrance of the wrestling arena, Kamsa had stationed a mighty elephant named Kuvalyapida to attack Krishna. Krishna arrived along with his brother Balram just before the start of the event. The enormous Kuvalyapida struck Krishna hard, but Krishna struck him back and hid among his legs. Kuvalyapida sought Krishna out with his sense of smell, but Krishna teased and tormented the elephant till it was mad with rage. Eventually, he pulled out one of his tusks, and with that very tusk, he beat the elephant to death. Adorned with the blood of Kuvalyapida and carrying his tusk on his shoulder, the invincible Krishna entered the wrestling arena of Kamsa. The residents of Mathura were mesmerized by Krishna's beauty and started praising him. Kamsa then ordered his powerful wrestlers Chanura and Mushtika to attack Krishna and Balram. The audience, especially the women, felt compassionate towards the charming boys and found it unfair. Vasudeva and Devaki became anxious when they saw their sons being attacked by the strong wrestlers. To encourage all the people who were concerned about them, Krishna and Balram displayed their strength and expertise in wrestling. Chanura and Mushtika were soon defeated. They could not stand up to the boys. Everyone except Kamsa rejoiced. In mad rage, Kamsa commanded, "Arrest and kill Vasudev, Nanda, Ugrasen, and all the cowherds." Krishna became furious and instantly jumped onto the elevated royal dais. Kamsa took his sword and shield and moved swiftly like a hawk. Krishna, however, grabbed Kamsa by his hair and hurled him down into the wrestling ring. He then jumped atop his chest, striking him with his bare fists. Krishna killed him. The villagers were liberated from a reign of terror. Kamsa too attained liberation through death and thus fulfilled his destiny. Krishna then released his parents Devaki and Vasudeva and reinstated his grandfather Ugrasen as the king of Mathura. The second story, Parshuram kills the proud Kshatriyas. Once in the kingdom of the Haihayas, there lived a powerful king named Kartavairarjuna. His capital city was Mahishmati. He had received 1,000 alms as a result of his worship of Lord Dattatreya. He was very proud of his power. One day, while on a hunt, Kartavairarjuna entered a forest. While moving in the forest, he came across the hermitage of sage Jamadagni. The sage welcomed the king, his soldiers, and ministers. He treated them very well and arranged for all their comforts. Kartavirya was amazed to see such hospitality. He wondered how a simple sage living in a forest could arrange such elaborate facilities for thousands of his soldiers. He then found that Jamadagni had a mystic cow named Kamadhenu who supplied whatever he needed. Kartavirya became envious and wanted Kamadhenu for himself. He then forcibly took away the cow along with her calf to his capital, Mahishmati. Jamadagni, being a Brahmana sage, was rendered helpless. Jamadagni had a powerful son named Parshurama, who was indeed Lord Vishnu incarnate. Hearing about Kartavirya sinful act of stealing a cow from a Brahmana, Parshuram became as furious as an injured tiger. Taking up his fierce axe, bow, and arrows, he chased Kartavirya just like a tiger chases a deer. Parshurama was a fearful sight in deer skin and matted locks of hair that shone like the sun. Kartavirya sent thousands of his men equipped with clubs, swords, arrows, weapons, elephants, chariots, and horses to fight Parshurama. But Lord Parshuram single-handedly killed them all. At the speed of the mind and wind, Lord Parshurama wielded his axe and sliced off their legs, arms, and necks. He killed the whole army, including drivers, carriers, elephants, and horses. The ground was covered with their blood. Seeing this, Kartavya Arjuna rushed to the battlefield. With his 1,000 arms, he fixed arrows on 500 bows to kill Parshurama. But Parshuram released enough arrows with only one bow and cut to pieces all the arrows and bows Kartavirya Arjuna had. Kartavirya Arjuna then uprooted many trees, picked up heavy rocks, and hurled them towards Parshurama. But Parshurama dodged them all and cut off the thousands of arms of Kartavya Arjuna with his axe. Eventually, he beheaded Kartavya Arjuna. Kartavya Arjuna had 10,000 sons. Seeing their father's death, all of them fled in fear. Then Parshurama brought back Kamadhenu and her calf and returned them to Jamadagni. Jamadagni then spoke to Parshuram, "We are Brahmanas. We should forgive people and not kill them. Killing is a sin. So to purify yourself of the sin, you should go for a pilgrimage for 1 year." Parshuram obediently followed his father's order. Thereafter, to revenge their father's death, the sons of Kartavya Arjuna arrived at Jamadagni's hermitage in the absence of Parshuram. They saw Jamadagni meditating on Lord Vishnu and cut off his head ruthlessly. Jamadagni's wife Renuka loudly cried out in pain, "Oh Parshuram, my dear son!" Parshurama, although far away, heard her cry and rushed there at once. Seeing his father's dead body, he took up his axe, having decided to put an end to all the proud Kshatriyas. He went to Maheshmati and killed the 10,000 sons of Kartavya Arjuna, making a mountain of their chopped heads in the middle of the city. A river of blood flowed there, causing fear in those who disrespected the Brahmanas. Parshurama then killed several such sinful Kshatriyas 21 times and created 9 lakes with their blood at Samanta Panchaka. Later, Parshuram affixed his father's head to his dead body and revived him. The Lord doesn't tolerate any offense against devotees. Vasudeva and Devaki were virtuous, and so was said Jamadagni. Therefore, the Lord could not tolerate the offenses of Kamsa and the proud Kshatriyas against his devotees and thus killed them. If we too devote ourselves unto Krishna fully, he will protect us from the dangers that come our way. Hare Krishna. Going on to the 4th shloka. Is God partial? This is a question that often comes up. Is God partial? Bhagavad Gita, Shloka 9.29. Sammoham sarva bhuteshu na me dveshyosti na priya ye bhajanti tumam bhaktya mai teteshu chapyaham. Have you ever wondered why some people are rich and others poor? Some are happy while others are sad. Is it due to God's partiality? After all, if everyone is God's child, how can he be partial to anyone? Let's hear the answer from Krishna directly. In this shloka, Lord Krishna says, I am equal to everyone. I envy no one, nor am I ever partial to anyone. However, I show some special favor to those who worship and serve me with devotion. I consider such selfless and dedicated devotees as my dear friends. Let's consider the example of a mother with her 2 children. To this loving mother, both her children are equal, but she will treat them as per their behavior. Lord Krishna also loves all his children, but he deals with different people in different ways. He protects his devotees who are righteous, while punishing the wicked who act immorally. Arjuna versus Duryodhana. Before the war of Kurukshetra, Duryodhana wanted to meet Krishna personally to seek his assistance in the war. Arjuna, the dearest devotee, friend, and cousin of Krishna, also decided to go personally to seek Krishna's help. When Arjuna reached Krishna's palace, he saw Krishna's guards receiving Duryodhan, who had just arrived. The two princes greeted each other and entered Krishna's chamber together. They found Krishna asleep while one of his wives was fanning him gently. Duryodhan went straight to the head of the bed and sat there. But Arjuna stood at Krishna's lotus feet with folded palms. While Arjuna gazed at Krishna's face, tears of love rolled down his cheeks. After a while, Krishna woke up. As he opened his eyes and sat up, his eyes fell on Arjuna first. Krishna later saw Duryodhan, who was actually behind his back now. He welcomed both and inquired the purpose of their visit. Duryodhan said, I have come here to seek your assistance in the war. I arrived before Krishna, so it is only right that you assist me rather than him. Krishna smiled and said, I agree that you arrived first, but I saw Arjuna first. Further, the scriptures say that one should help the youngest first. So I will first offer my assistance to Arjuna, who is younger to you. Duryodhan became somewhat upset, seeing Krishna's partiality. Krishna then said, I have an army of 1 million soldiers called Narayani Sena, who are all equal to me in battle. One of you may take them, and the other may take me. But I will not fight. I will not take up arms throughout the battle. O Arjuna, what do you choose? Hearing this, Duryodhana became anxious. He was afraid that Arjuna would choose the invincible army. How would an unarmed Krishna be of any use during the war? To his surprise, Arjuna said, Krishna, I want you. Your presence is more precious to me than any army. Duryodhana's joy knew no bounds, and he could hardly conceal his joy. He thought, Arjuna is sentimental and not intelligent. He has forsaken a powerful army and preferred Krishna, who would not even fight. What foolishness! Smiling mildly, Duryodhana said, It seems then that I am left with the army. I shall accept it. He then took Krishna's leave and departed. Evil Duryodhana neither had love for Krishna nor faith in his divine presence, while Arjuna had both profusely. Krishna showcased these qualities of Arjuna and Duryodhana by apparently displaying partiality to Arjuna. Actually, Krishna simply reciprocated the love and devotion of Arjuna. God is not partial, He is reciprocal. He will respond based on how we approach Him. Mohini Murti favors the Devas. Once the Asuras, demons, defeated the Devas and occupied heaven. Having no other way to regain their positions, the Devas approached Lord Vishnu for advice and support. Whenever the Devas get into trouble, it is the Supreme Lord Vishnu who rescues them. Lord Vishnu explained, My dear Devas, please go to the Asuras and make an agreement with them. Together you must churn the milk ocean by making the Mandara mountain the churning rod and Vasuki the serpent the churning rope. In this way, you will get Amrit, nectar, which will give you longevity and strength. Please be patient with the Asuras and agree with their demands, as they are more powerful than you at present. The Devas followed the advice of Lord Vishnu and churned the milk ocean, Kshir Sagar, with the Asuras. Lord Vishnu assisted them in many ways in this effort. Finally, when the Amrit was collected, the Asuras took the pot of Amrit and ran away. Then the Asuras started quarreling among themselves for the first share of the Amrit. The Devas were left in disappointment. Lord Vishnu consoled them and took the form of a beautiful woman. The form is known as Mohini Murti. She then went before the Asuras. Seeing Mohini, the Asuras were dumbfounded. They trusted her because somehow each Asura thought that Mohini loved him alone. They all requested her to take up the responsibility of Amrita distribution. Mohini agreed and told all the Devas and Asuras to get into queues. Mohini first went to the Asuras and beguiled them with her sweet words and gestures. She then began distributing all the Amrit to the Devas to provide them longevity and immortality. The Asuras remained silent as they were unwilling to fight with a charming woman and spoil their chances of impressing her. But one of the Asuras named Rahu disguised himself as a Deva and drank some Amrit secretly. The sun god Surya and the moon god Chandra detected him and informed Mohini. Mohini, who was none other than Vishnu himself, at once cut off Rahu's head with a Sudarshan Chakra, disc weapon, before the Amrit could enter his body. But Rahu's head, being touched by Amrit, became immortal. To take revenge, Rahu is believed to attack Surya and Chandra. These attacks are popularly known as solar and lunar eclipses. After distributing all the Amrit among the Devas, Mohini disappeared. In this way, the Devas became powerful and regained their positions in heaven. Although the Asuras also worked hard to churn the milk ocean and produce Amrit, they didn't even get a single drop. This, however, was not due to Lord Vishnu's partiality or injustice, but his natural reciprocation towards the devotion of the Devas and justice against the scheming Asuras who had run away with the Amrit. Further, it would have been very dangerous to give Amrit to the Asuras who were inherently evil and envious. They would unnecessarily trouble the innocent, including children, women, brahmanas, and cows. Had the Asuras received Amrit, havoc would have reigned in the universe. Hence, the Lord prevented them from having Amrit. The Lord ensures that people get what they deserve. The Lord reciprocated Arjuna's and the Devas' love, while he treated Duryodhana and the demons differently. On similar lines, if we approach him with love and respect, we can experience loving reciprocations from him. Read the next shloka and the stories for a deeper understanding. The next shlokas, how does Krishna reciprocate?
I think it should be enough for the day. So many shlokas.